What's going on, party people? It's me, Trent, in the place to be, and I got what it takes to rock the mic right. Yeah. What's going on, man? What's going on? I have gotten several inquiries and requests, uh, personally, for the folks who got my number, to um do a show about making money. you know. Um, so, I want to give the people a chance to, and y'all bear with me, I'm at the car wash right now, but I want to give the people a chance to say what they want, what they would like to request, uh, whether it's uh, yeah, too much money, Tuesdays, you know, fuck a job Fridays. Uh, yeah, two rich Tuesdays, fuck a job Fridays. Uh, this shit ain't for me Thursdays. Uh, y'all, y'all pick a day of the week. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My day that I'm absolutely off or not busy, the easiest day for me to get in touch with folks where I ain't really got that much going on is Sundays, you know. So I could do a stacking Skrilla Sundays. What's going on, Butterfly? I could do a show that could teach you how to get money, how to start businesses from A to B, where it's all the way lined out for you. All you got to do is tune in. I'm going to give you all of the research, all of the mistakes and shit that I made in business, teach you what all you need to know about business. Uh, you know, I could, I'm gonna invest some time. Now, if it's on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, listen, I done heard from everybody. Everybody be like, yo, Trent, motherfuckers be waiting on you, nigga. You don't never show up. Your ass don't be on time, nigga. Listen, y'all, I'm sorry about that, but just me being 100% honest with folks, I ain't got the time, man. I'm not like the rest of the folks that be on the R. Kelly YouTube channel and shit like that, or in the R. Kelly YouTube section. I got kids, I got bills, I got businesses, and when I say businesses, this ain't that ain't the fictitious shit where folks say, "Oh, I got businesses," and these motherfuckers are talking about a little daycare center that they running out of their house. Nah, I got actual legit businesses, business records. You know, I'm actually open. All right. So, I got time to commit, time to invest on Sundays, but I want folks to tell me what they want to hit on. I mean, today could be the first one for real. I'm out right now. I'm going to wash my dad with my dad's car. You feel me? I'm in the lack. My daddy let me drive the lack, y'all. You hear me? Yeah, I know y'all probably thought this was my car. This ain't the BMW. This the lack. You feel me? Big Ray let me drive the yak. He let me drive the lack, y'all. My pops let me drive the lack today. Extra money, Trent. I mean, which one, what day work for you, Butterfly? Because since you're the only person in here, it's gonna be what you request. You feel me? I see it's a few people on here, but what day work for you, Butterfly? Since you're the only person here, shit, I come on this motherfucker and talk just to you, since you're the only person commenting. But hey, we could do two rich Tuesdays, full of cash Fridays. Sunday work for you? Bet Sunday. Okay. So we gonna do a we gonna do a stacking chip Sunday. Okay. And what you want to talk about? Like what is it that you want to talk about, Butterfly? You know, like extra income. I mean, give me some details. Give me some details. I'm gonna come on, and I'm gonna do this every Sunday. Every Sunday, I'm gonna come on Sunday mornings, cause like I said, Sunday is my free day. I generally don't have no business to handle, and they showing up to these live streams. But y'all gotta understand, man, when you got three businesses, man, I might plan to come on live stream at 7, but this person got an emergency over here. This bill collector calling, streamlines of income. Okay, streamlines of income. What you mean by streamlines of income? Multiple lines of income, and then also, um, when you say streamlines of income, that's kind of like loaded. So I need more details when you saying streamlines of income, or you saying like you want uh you want to make extra income. Like what type of resources are you working with? Because I mean I can tell you right now, since YouTube tells me that most of my subscribers are women. Okay, all right, that's what YouTube tells me. So the reality of it is that if you're just talking about extra lines of income, then you could go out here and create selling jewelry online via Facebook. Now, is this jewelry that you're making? Is this jewelry that other people are making? Where is the jewelry coming from? Are you reselling jewelry? Like how? Like I need more details. The details, because I'm gonna break it down to you like this. When you get into business, people have businesses, and folks be believing that the business is about the product, and it's really not. Okay, if you're from out here in St. Louis, you know that sweetie pies, right? Sweetie pies. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the table as ask question. Okay, so but let me finish this, and then I'll get to that. Sweetie pies, the show with Miss Robbie and Tim Norman and stuff like that. I think Sweetie Pies is making $9 to $11 million a year. Okay, there's a website called RocketSearch.com or something like that. It's a website called Rocket Search something, right? Now, Rocket Search, what's going on, Joy Ross? Rocket Search, if you go on there, it will tell you how much income a company is reporting, right? So you can go and find out how much money anybody is reporting on their taxes. Now, keep in mind, if it's a cash business, a nigga is not reporting all that cash on their taxes. Okay, you should, but let's be real, man. If it's a business where people are touching cash, they ain't reporting all that shit. They ain't reporting all of it, and that's just keeping it a buck with you. Now, but if you doing credit card processing, those are records. Motherfuckers are reporting those. But to answer the question, they say other people are making making money reselling jewelry. Well, Butterfly Nest, here is okay. The way that you make money is first you have to know you have to be sold on what your business plan is, right? It like one of the worst reasons to go into business, and this ain't me shitting on you or anything like that, but one of the worst reasons to go into business is because somebody else is making money doing it, because that person could have not a niche in the market that you know nothing about. Like they could be, that person can have either a niche in the market, or they could have something specialized that they are into that you just might not be willing to do, or you might not be able to fuck with, right? And so you don't want to look at something and say, yo, folks are doing this, especially. And the reason why I bring that up is because most jewelry is over inflated, right? Most jewelry is overinflated. So when you're looking at diamonds, man, diamonds, the price that they resell it for or what they insure for is not what it actually costs. It's way cheaper than that. And they ration out how much they letting certain pieces go for. So if I go to Kay's Jewelers or Zales or diamond stores, right? And say I want to buy some jewelry. Well, at K Jewelers, this ring might cost $10,000. If I go to Sam's Club, I could find the same or similar ring for $3,400. So when you're talking about like reselling jewelry, that's one element that you got to look at. And then the other thing is that you know, with jewelry, when it comes down to, online, how are you going to size up people, or, things like that, so to be really into the high end on jewelry, that's more of a in-person type of thing. Now, on necklaces and stuff like that, that's a different thing. But, what you have to keep in mind and be cognizant of is that a lot of times when it comes down to business, whatever your primary business is, right? Right. But whatever the primary business is, that might be just to get foot traffic or get folks in, but the money is actually made in other elements of the business. Like, let me give you an example. For people who sell insurance, most people who sell insurance don't make a whole bunch of money off of selling car insurance, right? It's not a lot of money in that. Most insurance agents, they make their money off selling business insurance, selling they sell life insurance, um what is it? Temporary disability, long-term disability. That's where they make the money at. But they use the car insurance to get you in to sell you other products. My point is that you don't make money doing you have to look at how you're gonna cash flow it. So a lot of your money in that jewelry thing may come from actually cleaning jewelry, resetting diamonds, restoring jewelry. That would probably be where the money is in that jewelry game, more so than probably selling the pieces. Because same thing like in the car business, right? I own two car dealerships, and the money ain't actually in selling the cars. It's only, you only get 12% profit, really. Once you get finished with all your expenses, repairs, and stuff like that, the margins on car sales is only like 12%. But once you start getting into repairing the cars, doing warranties, selling warranties, your back end products, details, floor mats, window tinting, all of that. That's where you make your money at. Like most car dealerships, whether it's a major franchise dealer or independent dealer like me, the franchise dealer make most of their money in the service department. They don't even really make money from selling cars. So that's one of those things where you got to look at. But that's why I wanted to come on here and kind of do this show is to help people out. I done made some mistakes as a business owner that I done had to rebound and recover from. So, but that's the reason why we here. Now, put it on the table, Ags. What do you think about a veteran's business loan? Well, a veteran's business loan is probably one of the best things that you can get. And here's why. When Because somebody is a vet, then there are certain laws, right? The VA has certain laws and they have certain protections. Also, things are a lot more easier because there has been a lot of lobbying for veterans. So you get to be the beneficiary of a lot of hell raising by prior vets of like Vietnam and different wars in the past, where a lot of the older veterans they would return back home from war and they wouldn't have any opportunities or anything like that that was already set up for them. They wouldn't have anything. So since they wouldn't have anything, then what would happen was they would they people say, hey man, you sending these people off to war, they come back home, and then America won't even reingratiate them into society. So they start setting aside money for veterans. Like if you go and you buy you a house, buy you a rental property, well, if you're a veteran, most of the time you could go and buy you a house for a banging ass interest rate, no money down, and your loan terms, they're not gonna be predatory. You're gonna get some very hellified and decent terms. So if you ask me what my thoughts are for a veteran's business loan, I say if you're a veteran, go after it. Shit. Like, you know, you losing money. A veteran's business loan is one of the best loans that you could get. That's when you decide that you want to go into business. One of the major obstacles that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to figure out how to fund the business. And so, really, you have to understand that most millionaires in America, most people don't become a millionaire until they're 45 years old. And the reason why is because, the younger culture, younger people in their late teens and early 20s and 30s, I laugh when I hear folks say, I'm a boss. I want to be a boss. Boss, 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 boss. Well, in order to become a chief, you got to be an Indian first. It's no other way to slice it, really. In order to be a chief, you must first be an Indian. And the reason why is because you have to have amassed something to be able to leverage in order to get a loan. Now, there is a lot of stuff out here on YouTube that will say, well, hey, you could go and get an unsecured credit card and start your business off the credit card. And, hey, once you go and get you a business line of credit, use that to pay off your debt. Then, hey, the business failed, filed bankruptcy, blah, 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 blah. And what I have found is, man, all of those tricks and all of that shit is cool, but the reality is, man, once you start getting into all of that tricky shit, then where does the tricky shit stop? Where does it stop? You have to have invested into something like a house, invested into a 401k, invested into some type of nest egg, to be able to turn around and then leverage that nest egg to go and get yourself the money that you need to be able to get into business, right? So it's important that, you spend some time purchasing some things, go and buy you a house. And when you buy you a house, stop paying the minimum monthly mortgage payment. If you can, try to pay, $300 to $500 extra a month so that you start knocking out some of that principal. When they set up a mortgage for 30 to 40 years, they front load that thing with interest. So you'll be paying on a house for 10 years, and say you bought a house that was $300,000. After 10 years, you will still have that, 300 and say 83,000 dollars of principal left on that. That's crazy to me. That's hella crazy. But it happens all the time. Like it's not really an anomaly, is what you'll learn. So you have folks, man, you come out here and all you doing is making minimum payments, and all you doing is paying in the interest, which is you're putting money into the bank's pocket, but not money back into your own. What you want to do is you want to be able to get to a point to where you have ate up a lot of the interest in your properties. Okay, you eat into the principal, and you eat into the principal, as well as your home is accruing more value, right? So your property value is rising while you're eating away at principal. Okay, once you've done that, you can then take and leverage that to get into business. Now, I personally don't suggest leveraging your personal home into business, but for the purposes of your personal financial statement, you want to be able to show that. Also, you want to be able to show that you have other things. So y'all hear me say this time and time again, but I'm going to say it again today. When you are getting your tax refunds, I know this year tax refunds was shitty for everybody. Trust me, in the car industry, I was feeling it. But what you want to be able to do is when you get your tax refunds, you want to start going and buying like little cheap properties. Okay. And when you buy some properties, if you got an uncle, crackhead family member that you could get, man, pay him $40, $60 a day and, purchase the materials, it may take you long as fuck to do it. But if you know some crackheads, if you don't know no crackheads, get you some Mexicans, find you somebody who you could go and buy you a cheap ass property, get it up to basic living code, and then throw you a tenant in there. Now you could put that shit on Section 8, and even if you're not making a whole bunch of money in profit, what you are doing is building out your personal financial statement. I don't have like this Harvard education where I'm finna tell y'all these deep ass financial terms and all that shit. And a lot of times when I be listening to that shit, I be confused in the mud. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I didn't go to school. You feel me? I learned everything I know out the streets. But I'll tell you like this, I guarantee you I got more shit, I have more shit than a lot of motherfuckers who went to school. You feel me? So this is what I'm telling you. You just do basic shit, dude. Like when you go and buy a property and you put a tenant in there, you may not see your money right away, but the next year you go and find another property if it's vacant on the street, buy that motherfucker too. And put another tenant in there and put another tenant in there. Because property value ain't really based on your house. It's based on the other shit in the community. Now, if you go and buy up different houses, if you got a cousin Man, once you start making enough money and you start buying into principle of different things, then as you buying into the principle of your different little things that you got going on, then the next thing that you do is you come back and you purchase stores. Put stores in your neighborhood. You could put a grocery store in there. Put you a corner store in there. You know, you sell candy and fucking honey buns. Okay, in the hood, they ain't got no shortage on corner marts. As you start putting stores in, because if y'all ghettos and y'all city or anything like the ghettos here in St. Louis, it's a Popeyes, a Wendy's, a Taco Bell, a McDonald's, some business like that that went out of business or it moved. And a lot of times when these businesses move, they'll leave the old building standing right there. That's a free building. You can get into it, especially if it's one where it's been vacant for years. I mean, listen, Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, man, you can go and find you some little contractors come in and do some little shit. Now, what Trent's suggestion is, you, I wouldn't necessarily go with the Facebook and Craigslist guys. That might be cool. I would go and find a reputable company because I got enough money and enough time in the game to know, like, I don't got the patience to deal with somebody off Facebook and Craigslist. I need somebody who do this shit all the time. I'm willing to pay the extra price because the people who are in the people who are in the game and they really do it, they come in and get the shit done and you get on with your life. A butterfly say, I don't live in the hood. I didn't say that you live in the hood. I say you buy a house in the hood. They say I purchased my home for the first time home buying loan and I didn't use my VA loans but plan to. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, a lot of times that's not on you. Put it on the table because actually the the loan originator should have been swift enough to catch that because when you undergoing a underwriting process, they ask you, have you ever been in the military? Have you ever served? And then I guess it's called the DD 214, right? If you if you have a DD 214, you know you can use your DD 214 and make you some money. You know, if you're able to present them a DD 214, then you should be able to put that up and hustle. They say I can't do all that working a full-time job. I mean, butterfly. I think that you could do whatever you put your mind to. Like it's really ain't that. It's really not that hard to do. You know, really because once you put your mind to it and you become focused on it, then that's just it. Because your full-time job, that's your cash flow. Okay, your full-time job is your cash flow. So most of these things are taking place at nighttime anyway. So if I say I want to go out here and I want to buy some properties. Well, you know, most of those auctions where you buying properties and shit, that stuff take place at nighttime. Most of those auctions take place during the nighttime. So it's not like you are, uh, it's not like you are losing anything per se, or you have to take off from work or something. It's not like you got to take off from work to do that stuff. Nah, you could do the lion's share of work really can be done. Uh, the lion's share of work really can be done They say, and I'm saying in Austin, Texas, a lot of competition out here. Two homes in the hood. I mean, but you not. The best thing about it is like you said, you got the full time job. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. Uh, you don't got to beat nobody. You're not trying to fight out your competition. If you build out your business plan, right? If you build out your business plan, because me and my wife, we built out a business plan to start a tow trucking company. It took us 6 weeks to do it. After we got finished building it out, shit, we just went and bought a tow truck yesterday. You know, so it really just come down to what your plan is. Like, I bought a tow truck, 12 grand cash. I'm sorry, not 12 grand. I bought it for I bought a $18,000 tow truck for $13,000, $13,500, and I gave the dude a junk car, and you know he gave it to me. So really, it ain't really, if you start looking at what your competition is, you ain't gonna never get shit done for real, because it's like you just start gathering you write out what your plan is, put your vision down on paper. Then after you write out the plan and put the vision on paper, the rest of that shit is gonna fall into place. I guarantee that. You don't, all of these things where it's like you need these resources, man. Motherfuckers die every day. Somebody get tired every day. People go broke every day. Uh, people get divorced every day. Hey, it's all types of life situations that arise that open up the door for you to you pull off whatever it is that you're trying to pull off, and you're gonna find a situation that's right for you. You know, real talk. You're gonna find a situation that's right for you. I mean, look at me, shit, dude. I turned being a job nigga into being a millionaire. When my house burned up in 2020, hey, I took my insurance money, and I rebuilt my house with part of the insurance money. Then I used the rest of the money to start a car dealership. So all I had was a vision, and I took that little money that I used, and I made a lot of, I made $1 million off of it. You know what I'm saying? I probably took about 60,000 and made shit 2 million, I'm sorry, 2.5 million. So it's really come down to you being determined on what you're trying to pull off. You know what I mean? So like I can show you, you know what I'm saying? I can show you how it's done. Then, after you do that, then you just get to spending, you get to spending and making stuff happen. Like that's all that it is to it. That's all that it is to it. You ain't really gotta do nothing else. It's and shit. As far as your time investment, I wouldn't worry about a time investment. Let that you just start making the first step. If you make the first step towards your vision and your goals, the other steps are gonna start making themselves. But you can't talk yourself out of it before you even start doing it. And that's what happened with a lot of people is they start talking themselves out of it before they even get to the point of doing anything. So you can't do that. You know, you can't do that. So is it any more questions? Is it any more questions that people got? I'm trying to help people get their hustle on and make money and be jolly, be living. Uh, Anybody got any questions about how they make extra money? Well, if ain't nobody got any more questions, I'm gonna let that be today's show. And I'll come back on next week, and I'll start getting into different avenues and different streams of income. Peace.